a lawyer for the main suspect in the death of the teenager Harry Dunn, have said that she is willing to perform community service in the United States. In an interview on a podcast, they also say that Anne Sacoolas is willing to make what they call a contribution in his memory. Well, let's see what several people think about this. We're joined now by Harry's mother, Charlotte Charles, and Radd Seiger, the family spokesman. Guys, great to see you both again. What do you make of all of this? I suspect I know the answer to this question already, but is an offer of community service and some form of payment of reparation enough for you guys?
She needs to come back to the UK and go through the UK justice system. You know, it's not up to us and it's not up to them to decide what penalty, if anything, should be handed down. You know, she wants to find a resolution. The only resolution is to face the UK justice system. You know, we all know diplomatic immunity is not there to cover her in these circumstances. You know, it's there to protect people in hostile countries. We're not one of those. We're an ally. We need to move on. She needs to move on with her life. We need to rebuild ours. But without her going through the UK justice system, that can't be done.
It was the two words community service that kind of stuck in my mind when I first heard about this development in your story, Charlotte. The idea that going and picking up litter from the side of the freeway would in some way compensate or gratify you for the loss of your son.
Yeah, Niall, I'll deal with that if you don't mind. Good morning. You know, I think in this country, we place extraordinary value on human life, particularly when it comes to a child. And when Harry was killed in these circumstances, Anne Sacoolas was charged with causing death by dangerous driving. It is not for any of us on the airwaves to determine what should be the outcome in this case. That is a matter for a judge, ultimately, if she's convicted of any crime. And we don't have a system in this country where we get to pick and choose from a menu of sentences. I mean, if we're really heading down that road, Niall, it's a road to ruin, because you and I would want to do the same, and so would everybody else, and we would all be out there doing community service. The simple fact is, Mrs. Jeffress needs to engage with the Crown Prosecution Service, and the family's position has always been that Anne Sacoolas needs to get to the starting block to face the UK justice system. What happens to her after that is not a matter for the family as victims of a crime, and it's up to other people. But listen, as the whole nation knows, Harry was a wonderful boy, and his life did matter. And we do not get to kill people in this country, Niall, and simply walk away.
Shan, another snippet that fell from the lips of the lawyer was that Miss Sacoolas is apparently willing to meet with the family. I'm just quoting here, to provide whatever information they're seeking. We truly hope that we can do that and give the family some measure of peace. I mean, are you open to that?
I've never said never. We are very open to that. I can only speak on behalf of myself, but I am very open to that. But that has to be with the correct people in the room, you know, the mediators, the therapists, and only after she has gone through the UK justice system. Not before, certainly not before.
Can you bring us up to date? I understand, of course, there was the civil claim that you were looking at in the United States. Where are we with that this morning?
Well, look, that's a very important strand in the family's pursuit for justice. And, you know, we get criminal justice and we get civil justice. And the parents are taking giant strides in that direction. And over the course of the coming weeks, notwithstanding Mrs. Sacoolas's attempt to strike out that claim unbelievably, which has been allowed to proceed, both Mrs. Sacoolas and her husband are now looking at having to give disclosure of all their documents, as well as face what they call in the United States depositions, where they have to come into our lawyer's office and give testimony under oath about what happened that night. So, look, you know, the pendulum is now swinging very firmly in this family's favor. This wholly innocent family, after 18 months of barbaric torture, and we will pursue, their legal rights to the fullest extent possible over there, as well as ensuring that the CPS do their job over here now.
Does that mean then that you both have confidence that justice for Harry will ultimately be done?
I think, as I've said to you, Niall, and I've said to many other people, we would not have started this campaign if we didn't know where it was going to end up. And we remain just as confident today as we did when we started the campaign. And I can share with your viewers that there are an awful lot of very high-level discussions going on between London and Washington, and we remain very, very confident.
Well, that is indeed good to hear. Radd, Charlotte, good to see both of you again. Thanks very much for joining us in the programme this morning.
Thanks, Niall.
Thanks for having us.